Hi, everybody. Welcome back on another Friday, Something Super Spiritual Live. I have one of our favorite people with us, Tracey Escobar, the Red Couch Medium. Thank you so much for being here, Tracey.
Love it. I'm excited. Spend my Friday
Welcome.
with you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we do have good times together.
We do.
And guys, thank you so much for being here. Vivian, Keith,
Hello.
Stouffer. Hi, Stouffer. Sue, thank you.
Viviane,
Yep.
Vivian.
Starhawk, Evan,
So many.
Lisa, Melinda. Yeah, hi everybody. Thank you so
Hi,
much for being
everybody.
here. So I'm sure you guys have probably been noticing this. It's trending on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the new threads even.
I gotta go get that.
You do have to get into that. So today is July 7th, 2023, 777. Today is an energetic portal of part of the ascension, part of the process, part of the waking up, the collective conscious waking up, right?
Mhm.
And along with this process, I want to make clear the portal is not anywhere out there. The portals are in here.
So in
Me, yes, it's
here.
you. It's you.
You. Oh,
Portals are here. So, along with this portal energy, this shift, this rise in vibration, along with that comes the synchronicity. The synchronicities that most of us already experience, that we already recognize, we have already been hit with many times, that make us go, okay, that was weird, right? Weird. But that's how spirit talks to us. That's how spirit gets our attention. Our spirit guides, our guardian angels, our loved ones on the other side. Many of us see the repeating numbers, the 111, the 222, the 444. I could go on and on, right? It's like that's synchronicity.
Yes.
So it's very synchronistic that we are talking about synchronicity today because it happens to be 777. But also, I texted Tracey last night. We were having this little text back and forth, and I had some ideas, and I wasn't quite sure what we should start out talking about. And I asked Tracey, "What's on your mind this week?" She gave me 3 things that are on her mind. Synchronicity was the second one, and I was like, "There it is."
There it is, right? And how perfect is that? And you know why I said it? It's because lately, and I don't know if it's because I've been so busy, I didn't even realize it was 777. That's how busy I've been this week. But the synchronicities have been big, crazy. So not just the repeating numbers for me, but they've been some like in your face synchronicities. And I'm like, whoa. So it's a magical time right now for sure. Definitely time to manifest, definitely time to tell the universe what you want for sure. Because I just think it's powerful right now.
Completely. And Melinda says she's been seeing a lot of repeating numbers.
Yes.
Keith says he's been seeing repeating numbers all day. Keith also said, oops, that's Melinda saying, hi, Sharon. You know, when the comments move. Keith said, yeah, the energy's really shifted.
It has.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
really, really has. And like, just some crazy. I'll just tell you a funny, really quick synchronicity I had on Facebook the other day, and this is what made
Talk
me
about
think.
it.
This is what made me think. This is something crazy is going on, right? I have a friend who posted who lives in this area, and she was posting about her daughter packing to go to grandma's house. It's like, okay, so she wrote this whole post about her daughter packing to go to grandma's house. Even showed the suitcase, and in her post she wrote, I made sure to tell her, make sure you get plenty of socks, plenty of underwear, plenty of shirts. Well, apparently this little girl went overboard with some of this stuff, and we had tons of socks and tons of underwear, right? So cute little Facebook post. And I swear to God, 2 feeds down was someone from my town. And you have to know that this little girl's grandmother lives in my town. So they named a street that was in my town, and it said, what's with all the socks on El Dorado? Like someone dropped a whole bunch of socks on El Dorado. And I'm like, how crazy is that? Because that's exactly where her grandma lives. And it wasn't her. But the fact that we're talking about a plethora of socks and then socks on the street, that's a synchronicity. That was something that got my attention big time. I'm like, that's just the weirdest thing. Whoever posted about socks being spilled all over a road? Nobody, right? I'm not sure what it all means yet, but it was big. Okay, you got my attention.
You know what? You will. The answer will come when you least expect it.
Yes. But it's a magical time right now, and I feel the energy. I don't know about you, but I am on massive creativity mode. Like, I can't shut my brain off at night. I'm up to like 1 or 2 in the morning because it's just, oh my God, I could do this. I should do this. I should be doing this. Crazy energy.
Yeah, it's true. Today I saw 1111. I saw 111. I saw 222. And you know, you're not consciously watching your phone for these numbers. You just look down, and it happens in times when, like for me, I'm in the process of really creating this work and getting myself out there and creating these shows and my recorded bits for the podcast and the viewers. And that's all one energy. That's all manifesting. That's all intention, putting that energy forward and moving forward. The 222 is about having faith and trusting that, you know, with collaboration comes that extra boost and trusting and having faith, right?
Yes.
I was going to say, I see the 333 often, and I see the 888 often as well. And the 333, to me, that's like a lot of communication and a lot more creativity. What does a 333 mean to you?
Probably the same. So anytime I get a 333, it's about manifesting, right? Creativity, getting things ready, putting it into the universe. Communication, putting it all out there. Yeah.
You know, and according to the angel numbers, the 333 is all about the ascended masters working with you so closely and directly as you know, higher level guides, right?
Yes.
The 444 is the angel energy. You've got your guardian angels, your archangels, if you're working with those. But we all are, you know, on some level, we all are.
Yeah. And it's just amazing. So if you're out there right now, this is the time, right? This is the time. Some crazy stuff. And if you're living at that vibration too, I think that's super important too. It makes it even more powerful, right? Because you're going to be drawing things in at your higher vibration.
Absolutely.
Drawing in higher vibrational things, right?
Yeah.
So check your own energy. That might be something we have to tell people, because if you're sitting at a low vibration, who knows what you could be drawing in that way too, because it is a manifesting. So if you're manifesting low vibrational stuff, you could make it happen, right?
Well, you know, yes. And that I find that happens with me.
Yeah.
When I'm really flat, you know. I mean, let's be honest, we all go through ups and downs through life. Right? I mean, absolutely. And there are times where we're just flat, and it's like we're not sad, we're not upset, but there's just a flatness about.
Yes.
And in that flatness, I can tend to go south if I start to focus on, you know, lack or wishing things were this way or that way, or how do I get there from here to there, and I don't know what to do in between. And you know, and you start to ruminate on all of the lack, basically.
All the lack, yeah.
Then that's when you start to attract all of those, you know, you're tripping all over yourself. You're tripping over your face, your own lips.
Yes. And that's true. Someone once told me you always have to mind your own energy, because you could be creating your own realities through it, right?
Well, you are creating your own realities through it. Period.
You are.
You know, it's true. I've noticed with the 555, somebody asked about the 555 recently, not here yet, not in this chatter that I saw, but the 555 for me, fives represent a lot of change for me.
I was gonna say starting over. That's what I get too.
A lot of change, a lot of shift. And in the past, when I would see the 555s, I would cringe. Oh no,
it's coming.
You know, I'm not ready. Because, you know, when you're not listening, when you're not listening, the universe will pull that rug.
They will.
Whether you're ready or not. And I've had that happen, you know, a good 4 times that I can think of in my life.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of fives around you know, I was holding on to everything, like, no, and I was leaving ethereal claw marks in everything, you know. No.
But what did you learn from it?
to let go and
Like,
trust
whoa.
and follow your own intuition, your own gut. See, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Everything that was let go
Yeah.
was all stuff that was no longer serving me. I knew it. I knew it for years,
I know. It's crazy, right?
but I was holding on because I didn't want to change. I didn't know how to change. It was
Fear,
a 10-year relationship. It
right?
was a 10-year career
Yep.
in real estate and mortgages. And that never sat right with me, but I was holding on for dear life.
Dear life.
2008 happens and everything was wiped out. I lost the relationship. I lost the career. Oh my gosh. But out of that chaos
Yeah.
comes this newness
Yes.
and this fresh perspective that like, if you really like cry, you know what? If you got to cry, and let's be honest, we all got to cry. We have to kick and scream and throw temper tantrums.
Because we're still human. You got emotions.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. And we have to boo-hoo and we have to play the victim for a little while.
Yes.
You know, it just so happened, as synchronicity would have happened for me in that moment, I went to Maui for 8 months to live with a friend in their ohana, and that's where I recovered. I mean, what a blessing is that, right?
Right?
I did. I cried for the first 6 months,
Aww.
but what a place to recover. That's where a lot of spirit started to show what spirit can be for us.
Yeah.
And that's where, when you have that open and that receptivity, that magic happens.
And don't overthink. I think that's a big one too. When I get inspiration, I just learned, okay, you know, I went through a huge breakup too in 2020. And I just kept this little birdie in my head just saying, you need to get out of, you need to go. You need to just go. You need to go to Belize. You need to go to Belize. Okay, I've never been to Belize. I don't know anybody in Belize. I got to go to Belize. But I did it. I booked a plane and I booked it for 30 days. And I spent 30 days in another country on a whim.
Wow.
I met my aunt who had lived there that I had never met before. And from there, now I'm doing retreats there. Now I'm getting married there. Like, if I look back and I would have second guessed it, like none of that would have happened. It's just like, if you just let the inspiration come and you don't talk yourself out of it through the stories we tell ourselves, and you trust, right? I wouldn't be in some of the things I'm doing today if I wouldn't have done that piece of it, and that healing piece, just going and being totally humble for 30 days, living in a country where people don't even own shoes, right?
Yes.
It's amazing.
You know, and here's another piece of the puzzle.
Surrender. Yeah, you have to trust and surrender to them. Yeah, that's it. I love that you have it so big. Remember, you have to remember.
Oh, it's my message every day. Here I have fearlessly.
Oh, good. Love it. Yeah.
So yeah, the two together.
Fearlessly surrender.
Yeah. So
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I have another cool story. Like, and I'm just telling you, when you live at this vibration, some really cool things happen. You know, so for me personally, I have a corporate America job that had taken me to North Carolina. And because of COVID, I was allowed to come back to Texas. Well, while I was in Texas, you know, you meet someone, you fall in love. Okay, oh, now we want to get married, but my company wants me back in North Carolina, and I do not want to be in North Carolina. I want to be here. And unfortunately, with my job, they required me to live there. So I've been really unhappy for about over a year.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. And then this year, something happened and we started looking for a house. I had always wanted this one floor plan, y'all. I was set on it. This is what I wanted. The builder decided to stop making it, but we found one builder that had some left. We went on a waiting list. In April, someone's financing fell through. And they didn't even go to the waiting list. They came to us and said, "Do you want it?" We're like, "Yes." So that was like March, April. By May 1st, we're signing papers. So now all of a sudden I own a house in Texas, but I live in North Carolina. And I'm like, okay, universe, I have to surrender. If I'm supposed to be here, you've got to make it happen. I can't leave my job because I've been there 27 years. I'll lose my retirement, right?
Yeah.
I got to stay. I need something else to come through. And I'm not even kidding. Within 2 weeks of us signing on LinkedIn, I saw a position with my company. So not even on my company's website. I saw a position open up with my company that was fully remote that would bring me back to Texas at a VP level. I'm like, ooh, I'm not sure I qualify, but it's sitting here. I'm going to try. Yeah. By June 1st, I was hired. And by
Awesome.
7/1, I started my new job. I'm 100% back in Texas, and I didn't have to give up my retirement. Like, all this happened within the span of 2 months, right?
Congratulations.
So I'm just saying, like, that's what happens when you're in this powerful manifestation mode and you just tell spirit what you need and what you want. And if it's meant to be, they'll find a way, right? They're going to make it happen for you, you know? So yeah, anyway, so I'm back in Texas.
Thank you.
Time.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
That's the synchronicities, right? It'll happen. It'll be there. Just keep going, right? Trust it. Now I can dive into more mediumship stuff because now I'm permanently somewhere. I'm not so exhausted traveling so much.
Yeah.
So they knew what I needed. Yeah.
In every way, shape, and form.
Every way. They knew. Okay, we're losing her because she's getting tired. So let's get her back home, right? And here we go. And now we've got 3 workshops planned here. Like, things are rolling. So it's been a good couple of months with this energy for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And today's a big pinnacle in really in recognizing, in gratitude as you are with what's happened in the last 2 months for you.
Yes. And in
huge.
awe.
Yeah,
right?
it's huge. Yeah.
It is huge. Like, this happened to me. It all worked out within 2 months.
Yeah.
That's divine intervention. It has to be.
Mm-hmm. It is completely.
The perfect job for me, the perfect pay that I needed because I didn't want to lose money. Like, it just all lined up perfectly. And I'm like, okay, it's meant to be. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the craziest part, I started with my new boss 27 years ago, and now I'm ending my career with her. So I started my career with her 27 years ago, and now I'm ending my career with the same boss. Isn't that crazy?
That's great. I mean, that's
synchronicities, and it's all meant to happen. So I love the magic we live in sometimes. It's so magical. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything big happen for you this week? Big, nothing big.
Yes, but it's a really big story.
He's like,
I think it's too big of a story here. I think it's something that I'm going to have to put on the podcast because
you should. Yeah. That's good. So people, something big happened. So I'm telling you tonight, think about it. Think about what you're needing, what you're wanting. Put it out there. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And put it out there and then let it go.
No expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if it's meant for you, it'll happen. If it's not, then it won't.
If it's nothing that is meant for you will ever pass you by, period.
They'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about synchronicities. Did you have a synchronicity back that told you should be doing this work?
Oh, 100%. So I want to address Vivian. Vivian, I see you. I saw your comment asking for a wrench. I will give you a wrench. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I just don't know how to do it from here. So I'll do it afterwards from YouTube.
What's a wrench?
That's Vivian is requesting to be a moderator.
She's okay.
to help with the comments and everything. Sharon, thank you for helping. Sue, thank you for helping. Keith, thank you for helping.
Yeah.
It's thank you so much, you guys. It's really helpful. Yes. So after my last Muggle job ended at the end of 2018, I knew that I knew Spirit was leading me this direction.
Yep.
I knew that I was going to be at Arthur Findlay. I just didn't know when, but I absolutely knew I was going to be there.
Yeah.
I just happened to be going through some one-on-one mentoring with Colby Rebel.
Yep.
And I had made mention to her that I'm planning to go, that next summer, which would have been summer of 2019.
Yep.
And I didn't even say to her, I had looked, on the website, when you go to arthurfindlay.org, there are dozens and dozens of tutors, right? Mm-hmm. Not to mention dozens and dozens of classes. I had no idea what I was looking for, what I needed. And I was just like, all right, Heaven, you know what? You're going to have to pick this out for me. I don't even know what to look at.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I had mentioned to Colby a week or two after this. And I said, I'm planning to go to Arthur Findlay this next summer. And she goes, oh, without even missing a beat, she said, oh, let me find the tutor and the classes for you. There are too many available, and I don't want you to pick the wrong ones. So here Colby all of a sudden is now my, she's my college rep, choosing the classes for me.
Yes.
And it was awesome. And so, And then too, as I move forward that next 6 months before getting to Arthur Findlay, that's when I met you in May of 2019 when we went to Colby's platform weekend class.
Yeah.
And that was a synchronicity in itself.
Yeah.
She said to me one day in April, hey, I have a platform class coming up. And for those of you that might not understand platform, that's being on the stage in front of people.
Yeah.
She said, I have a platform class coming up at the end of May. I think you're ready. And I was like, no. And she was, no, I think you're ready. And I immediately wanted to say no, but I thought, wait a minute. If she's bringing this up to me this way, she must be divinely guided. So this is something that I needed to hear. And I'm going to say yes. So that was another thing where I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's just do it. People show up in your life for a reason, right? Just say yes to things. I went to Arthur Findlay too, and I didn't know anybody or anything. And I got the most amazing tutors. Like I went to Arthur Findlay because I had already booked a trip to England to go see a friend when someone told me about it. That's how synchronicity that happened for me. I was already going for a month to England. And then I went to a metaphysical store and they said, hey, haven't you ever heard of this Arthur Findlay? I'm like, no. I already had my ticket bought. I already had a place to stay. I was like, oh my God. So spirit driven for sure. I'm meant to be there. Totally. We got the most amazing tutors. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think it's one of those things, specifically like Arthur Findlay or the Barbanel Center out there, these spiritual colleges where we go to learn how to express our spiritual senses, how to express our connection with spirit. And we learn what all the clairs feel like on our insides.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for all of us.
All of us, yes.
But I think that those colleges they remain invisible to those who are just not ready or even prepared to recognize that aspect within themselves. And so nobody really knows that they even exist.
No.
And I mean, so when you look at it from like a mystical sense or a Harry Potter sense, it's like there's a veil around it, of invisibility until people are ready to wake up and open their eyes to the truth of themselves, their spirit, their soul, and their true connection. And then it's like by synchronicity, it shows its way up in their field.
I love that. Because it's the truth, right? Never ever heard of it in my life. And all of a sudden I'm at this store and they're telling me about it and I'm already going. Like, what?
Totally. Yep.
Nope, totally. Those who are meant to go are led there for some reason.
Absolutely.
What we got in the comments?
We've got some great comments.
Let me get up there.
And I don't have my contacts on. I don't have my new contacts yet. So it's a little bit harder for me to focus.
Oh, there's a synchronicity. I work for a vision company.
Okay, so it's in the Diana. I'm going to put Diana up here.
Okay. Ooh, we got lots of comments coming in.
Yeah, Diana says, I wasn't sure what to attribute it to, but my energy has felt much lighter starting last night and definitely today. Yes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even thinking about the 777 significance of today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and actually, I hadn't even thought about the 777 significance in the numerological aspect. But the 777 is really about the spiritual path and the spiritual journey that we all are each on individually, but together, simultaneously, collectively,
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
What does the angel number 777 stand for? Do we know?
You know what? My book is in my car. I keep my book in my car because I get hit with license plates or mile markers. And, when the chili bumps happen as you're passing, you reach for the book.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up too. Angel number 777. Let's just see what the significance is of that. Yeah, so if you don't have the book and you're traveling or you see something, I always tell my people, pick one website you always go to so spirit knows which one you're going to. And then always go to that one to find what meanings are of numbers. So it's meaning that you're moving in the right direction. The angels are encouraging you to continue following the spiritual path as it will guide you towards your life purpose.
Yes.
Yes. So good job. All about life purpose right now. So listen. I think you're doing what you're meant to do. It's really crazy. I had a numerology reading done not too long ago. Well, before I started all these podcasts, and it was funny. It was then that I became aware that a part of my numerology is to be in the media, right? do radio, to do TV, to do books, to be an author. And I'm like mind blown because now all this stuff is coming. Like, it's just, when you walk your path, it just all kind of lays out for you. It's just the most amazing thing.
It is. And when you're in alignment with your soul,
Yes.
it just happens.
Just,
And like with myself over the last 3 years,
yeah.
you know, I've been working through a whole lot of personal, emotional, mental blocks in moving through all this. Fears of public speaking, fears of doing readings in front of groups of people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all that stuff.
All that.
And as when you are in alignment, you know, all of these synchronicities come into place that will help you
Validate
move through.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
It is the most amazing and crazy thing. Yeah.
You know, I read something recently. There's some quotes in the Bible somewhere that I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what they are. But there's some, maybe it's a psalm, but it's something like, I asked for courage. No, I asked for strength and I was given an opportunity to be courageous.
Ooh.
I asked for, no, maybe it was bravery. And then I was given an opportunity to be strong. Anyway, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when we are ready. We're given all these little baby steps, and there's huge power in baby steps.
Yes. Yes. Do you look at yourself now and then like 7 years ago and how different you are?
Oh my gosh. I look at myself last week. Totally. And yeah.
I'm a totally different person. The confidence I have now compared to where I was before, the absolute knowing authentically who I am compared to who I was before.
Completely.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And Melinda says that she's been seeing 11:11, 11:55, and 5:55. So she feels the change coming and it feels like it's going to be good. Okay. I love that optimism. Yes.
It is going to be good. Absolutely good. Things are going to, I was going to ask you, it was on the tip of my, you're in a relationship now. You have a partner now. Yes.
Yes. Evan.
Hi, Evan. It's funny because my fiance just told me the other day, just being with me has changed him. And I was wondering, same for you? Do you rub off on him? Like, okay, so let me just go back. I know.
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
Because I rub off, right? Like today we had a conversation and or the other night, I was like, babe, do you realize every morning when you wake up, you start off with a complaint? Because we always have the dog in bed, right? So we complain about the dog. Do you realize if you're not minding your energy, I'm waking up now starting to complaining and now it's just kind of ruining the whole day. Like you have to mind yourself. So now he's all about positivity. He's a teacher and teachers have struggle right now.
Oh my gosh.
Positive, right? But people were starting to get sick of him at school because he's being so positive just from living with me. But what happened was he was in the classroom for 27 years and all of a sudden, because of his outlook changing, because things are changing, he's in this great relationship now with me. He owns his very first home and he just got a promotion out of the classroom. But that's what changing your mindset and changing your energy and changing your direction can just kind of bring in the things that you're meant for. They're just waiting for you to be able to appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're the light bearer, a lot of that light will annoy a lot of people.
It does. Unfortunately. Yeah, it does. It does. But we can teach also, right? So I'm very cognizant of not just being too overly positive. I do try to do teaching moments here and there just to let them know, you know, when we first got together, he would come home complaining about work so much. And I never complained about my job. I was like, okay, babe, I'll let you vent. I'll let you complain, but you got to end it with a positive. So we bring the energy back up because you're dragging me down.
Yes. Oh, and look at what Evan says.
What do you? I say definite yes. Thanks, Evan. See?
Well, you know, he rubs off on me too. I mean, there's a whole lot of strength that I've drawn from him as I'm moving forward doing all of this.
Yes, the yin and the yang.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to have that support system and it's great to have someone who recognizes it and sees the change and sees the good stuff happening, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so good. I love it, everybody.
And look, this is Cassie, isn't it?
Yes. Hi, Cass.
Cassie says Tracey has a way of rubbing off on others. Yes.
I try.
That is absolute truth. And, you know, Keith makes a really great point here too. He He's been going outside before he leaves for work to take a deep breath and ground for just a minute. Grounding is so important for all of us, especially all of us who have opened our eyes and recognized this whole connection that's been there this whole time. And we start to, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And if I'm not grounded, I'm like a helium balloon on Bugs Bunny, just like. So I have to do grounding work for myself 100%.
How do you ground? What's your?
I have a white light meditation that I do, which is actually on my YouTube channel page. It's
good.
It's in there. I've done that. And I do this white light meditation where I envision a column of white light going through my chakras, from my head, from the center of the universe, the center of heaven, through my head, through all my chakras, down my bottom, my root chakra, into the center of the earth.
Got it.
And with that grounding to the center of the earth and the earth energy.
Yeah.
But still connected to the center of all that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you're doing that, focusing on your breath, that in itself is enough to ground. If you've only got 3 seconds, take 3 1-second breaths, and you'll put yourself into center.
Good job. Yeah. I'm more of a nature, like I got to go sit outside in the sun for a minute. Like if I'm not slamming at my desk all day, it's like, okay, I gotta sit out in the sun, I got to ground, or I take a bath after every night of readings. I'm like in a bath with my Epsom salts and clay stuff. Yeah.
Oh, total. I love the baths. I mean, I used to do what I would call super sacred salt soaks.
Oh, I'm super sacred.
Yeah, something super spiritual and super sacred salt soaks. So I would too. I would do the Epsom salt.
Yes.
I would have the candles going. I would have the Om going.
Yep.
I would blast the water with Reiki. I would pull in all the angels with the angel therapy. I mean, you name anybody that would listen, that could stop by and zap me with a little something, that's a sacred salt soak, and it's just helpful.
Heavenly. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. That's my way. That's my way of grounding myself. Yeah. I love it. And then synchronicities too can be if you're seeing something over and over and over. It could be from spirit, from a loved one. So that's another big one. But people who've lost loved ones.
Oh, completely,
right? And I know the cardinals are a big one, but here's a big synchronicity. You have a medium who moved to a brand new street with only a month, didn't get to pick anything, and guess what street is right across from her? Red Cardinal.
Stop.
I'm gonna take a picture and send it because it's the
truth. My gosh, yeah, you have to create a post with that one.
Seriously, what? Huh? It says Red Cardinal. So I was like, okay, only me would be living here right next to Red Cardinal.
You know what I love about that? So here's the thing. Carl Jung defined synchronicity. Okay, this is my version. This isn't like what you would Google, and this isn't exactly what he said, but it's really, really close. Okay,
I'm taking it.
So he said that synchronicity is when 2 completely unrelated events happen simultaneously in a way that moves the observer in such a way that is so meaningful, and they go, oh. And it wouldn't have the same effect on the person standing next to them.
Not at all.
Strangers, more than likely.
More than likely, yeah.
But that is the synchronicity. So you moving where you did, how it happened, and then you've got this Red Cardinal Street across from you.
Yes. I should have known then, seeing it, that they were going to take care of me in this job situation. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because it all just made sense.
It's awesome. It's so awesome.
I love the life we live now. Not before.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, there was a whole lot not to love about all that. However, I would not change a thing.
Me neither.
I absolutely would not change a thing, because it has made me who I am today and where I am today. And it's where we're supposed to be. I mean, we know that, right?
Yes. I only wish it would have happened earlier in life.
You know what? I do have that thought every now and then too.
Yeah. I wasted so much happy life. It could have been happy in my 30s.
And Starhawk says, my granddaughter and I were talking today about how it felt like gravity was stronger and the air was thicker.
Yeah, something's going on for sure.
Yeah.
Something. And now with all the alien stuff coming out lately,
Ooh.
right? Have you noticed it's like all of a sudden? I
Oh,
don't know.
and I had an experience
No.
where that popped into my meditational state of consciousness. And
Did it?
and it's so like, I love the woo. Let's be clear. I love the woo.
You do love the woo.
I would gladly wear a cape, and I love the woo woo.
Okay.
So, but even so, that still gave me pause to think I was making it up.
Did it?
But I know I was not making it up. The way that this happened and the synchronicities, that this is part of what happened in this last week that I need to do a podcast about, because it was so transformational.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the podcast.
Mhm.
Because it's just something's happening. Like, did you see you were a flight attendant at one point in your career, weren't you?
Yes.
Did you see what happened on American Airlines flight from Dallas to Orlando? That lady? No. You'll have to Google it afterwards. But she was on a Dallas flight, and before it took off, she started screaming to get off the plane that the person next to her wasn't real.
Oh no.
Fit. Like, get me off this plane. That person is not real. And then someone said when he walked off, he turned around and winked, and he had the slanted eye like an alien. I don't know. It could be conspiracy. It could be people making it up, but go Google it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
You know what? Oh, so since we brought up the red cardinals, we've got a question about red cardinals, Tracy.
Yep. Yeah. What is
Leave
the
your love.
significance of red cardinals? I was on bed rest for a pregnancy for 4 months, and a cardinal kept running into my kitchen window for several months. I decorated the window to try to help. Aw. From my understanding, the red cardinals is a sign from your spirit or a loved one on the other side. And I'm not sure where do you know the origination of where that came from? I don't. I just know it's a symbol that people always talk about.
You know what? I don't know either.
And I don't know if it's because it's a rare bird.
Yeah. Well,
what do you think?
Yeah, I really don't know where it came from. But I had an experience with cardinals when I was a little mini ornithologist when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, birds were my everything. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to see a cardinal. I never saw a cardinal. Mm-hmm. My grandfather was at the vet's hospital in Sioux Falls on his way out.
On his way.
And we were there, and you're there all day long so that your parents can be there with him, right? So I would wander around the whole hospital grounds.
Oh.
One day, right before he passed, I saw a whole flock of cardinals.
No.
And it was happening at the same time. It pinged me at that tender, young, unaware age so much that I put the two and two together just for myself.
Uh-huh.
And so ever since then, when I would see a cardinal, I immediately felt the presence of my grandfather, even though I didn't really, it was so on my insides. I mean, I couldn't explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I hadn't read anything anywhere. I mean, I was in small town South Dakota. This kind of talk wasn't made available, right?
No. Yeah.
So
that's
for a lot of people, it's
a lot of people, it's the red cardinal. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said being next to a street called the red cardinal, and I'm a medium. It's just because everyone kind of just, I tell my dad, because my dad's in spirit, and I said the red cardinal is too common. You need to send me a blue jay. So I always play with spirit. I push them. I said, nah.
Oh yeah.
I need something better.
Those two.
Hold on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Those two. Hawks, owls.
Yes.
Dragonflies.
Find your thing, right?
Butterflies. Yes. I mean, yeah. Anything. And they don't even have to be the real thing. I mean, you could be thinking about your father, say, yes. And you could be driving down the freeway, and all of a sudden a huge truck with a red cardinal on the side of the,
Yep.
The big bin.
Yep.
Boom. Synchronicity.
Mm-hmm. Or a street sign.
Yeah.
Or a butterfly on your Facebook scroll. Like it doesn't matter.
Totally.
It's just the symbol, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So amazing. I'd love to see what everybody else is getting from spirit. If they see any synchronicities too from their loved ones, I'd love it. But yeah, we're gonna pull some cards today. We're gonna do some readings. It's exciting. My dad leaves me pennies. Do you have any?
Oh yeah, pennies, dimes, nickels.
Mine are dimes. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, dimes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dimes are. One time, I'll tell you this story while we're looking for people. they materialize. Some people will say, oh, you just are starting to look for it, so it just happens to be there. But I'm telling you, at the beginning, and I don't know if it was like this for you, but at the beginning, they were really loud and proud. Spirit was. They made things happen loudly to get me on the path, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as you train, it gets really, really subtle. It gets to how it really is. But I had a really big reading I was going to go to, and I was so nervous because, and then I was just really nervous. It was one of the very beginning ones. And I had made my bed and I was getting ready. And at that time, I'd already had started getting diamonds from my dad. And right before I walked out of my room, I looked back to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything. And I swear to God, right in the center of my bed was one single dime just sitting there on a made bed. I was like, okay, I just got chills. I was like, okay, Dad, I got it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, yeah, it's just magic.
Yeah. It's things like that you can't explain.
Can't make this stuff up.
Yep. Nope. You can't.
Can't make it up.
Okay, so you know what? Guys, if you would like us, ask us, whatever you want to be a little clear. I mean, you can say,
be clear,
yeah, be a little clear, and please type in caps. It's a lot easier to
grab.
Yeah. We're gonna start with Bonnie. Is Bonnie still Bonnie? If you're still here, will you please let us know?
Yeah, Bonnie, I just want to know how old your son was, by the way. Because I'm getting stuff about jobs and work and all kinds of stuff, and I don't want to say that if your son's 5. So then I could be picking up something else from somebody else. But anyway, I'm gonna pull some cards for.
Yeah. Before I pull the cards, I just want to say that with regard to your son, I do feel some tension and anxiety around him, and it feels it feels like he can't help it. It's more than just the circumstance. It's more than just the circumstances around him. It's he's 40. Yeah. Hi, Bonnie. Yeah. So it's more than just the circumstances around him. There is Bonnie, would I be right in saying that there is depression and anxiety in his history? I'm feeling some real ups and downs, more than just the usual.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, me too. I feel the same. I just feel like there's a feeling of just being lost or not knowing what's next or not knowing what to do next. Yep, you're correct.
Yeah.
And I get opportunities are coming for him, but he just hasn't found the right passion yet. No, and I know as a mama, we all want to fix, right? We want to make them better, but only he can want to fix and make himself better, right? So
yeah.
But I do see pieces coming, so I think it's gonna be okay. I find pieces coming eventually, but yeah.
I want to add to that. Yes, the piece is swirling around in his energy, but it feels to me like there is some work that needs to be addressed on his insides. It feels like there's like he's holding on to regrets, or he's holding on to regrets from the past, I guess I want to say, like things that he wish he would have done differently. Or does this make sense, Bonnie? It's almost like I just want to give him a hug, and there's a sense of surrendering.
Yeah.
I just want to say this surrender.
Yeah, he needs to go inward. I got this shadow work card for him. It's just kind of time to do some self-reflecting and inward healing and some stuff like that. And listen to what we said on the other side of healing is amazing life. Let's get him.
Yeah. Forgiveness is in the air.
Yeah.
And the forgiveness really needs to start with himself.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that ties into the holding on to those regrets and the woulda, coulda, shoulda.
And I got 2 cards that jumped out at me from my new deck. I have a new deck now, but it's called, first one was release. It's time to release all things that are no longer serving him, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There's some freedom with the releasing. He needs a new heart. Yeah, they have him in a transplant list. He has 3 little sons. Oh, bless his heart. Yeah. There's a lot going on. I feel like he's going to get that transplant.
I was just going to say that too. I feel this real sense of optimism around it.
Mm-hmm.
And remember what I was saying about the peace swirling around in his energy?
Mm-hmm. It's coming.
It's there.
Yeah.
And it's like once you get the word, you're all going to go, and then you're obviously then there's going to be the anxiety while he's going through the process and the surgery and the recovery and all that. But yeah, I'm going to go back to what I was feeling about that peace swirling in his energy, because that absolutely feels
like, I feel like it's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a heavy one. Anytime, but anytime you have an illness that's just heavy, and he's going through it for whatever reason, right? So surrender and trust that all things are going to be okay. Continue to pray. They work. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. My heart goes out to both of you. Everybody on here with us, please send Bonnie and her son some love.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
But remain optimistic, Bonnie. That's how I would just want to end this. Remain optimistic.
Remember, thoughts create a reality. So he's got this new heart coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's next?
All right. I'm looking for capital caps.
Caps. Because Jeffy forgot his contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Keith.
All right. What's Tracy say?
Will I be successful in finding a new job to work from home or work in an office? Hi, Miss Tracy. I'll pull some cards. Let's see what I get. Oh, yep, I got the opportunity card. Opportunity is coming. For sure. Okay. There's hope on the horizon. So I get the hope card and the clarity card. Like, finally things are going to start clearing out and you're going to get to see. And I feel like you're going to have an opportunity to choose between two. And it's weird because I feel like you're at a drought, but then all of a sudden there's two chances and two opportunities. So just keep going.
Yeah.
It's all going to be okay.
Yeah. And I see energetically, I see a lot of orange around you, Tracy. And the orange for me, especially on your left side, left is what's coming in. Coming in. Orange to me, for whatever reason, I don't know why, orange for me means a move. It means movement and even travel. So there's this sense to me that there will be an opportunity, like Tracy was saying, of a stay at home, but with travel is how I want to interpret that. It feels like it's remote, but not 100% home because there's travel to be integrated.
Yay. Good luck. Hopefully.
Yeah. Good luck. And let us know, Tracy.
Let us know.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's see.
Okay.
Hi, Jeffrey and Tracy. Ooh, who's next?
I think I scrolled too far up. I just don't want to miss anybody who's been here for... Do you see anything, Tracy? If you see anything, just read it out loud.
Okay. Let me scroll. We're not doing mediumship, so I just want to put that out there. It's just really hard on live. What do you think about mediumship on live? That's just hard.
Yeah, it's coming. I promise you guys it's coming. It is absolutely coming. Spirit will not let that go for me. And this is one of the fears that I am working through.
Okay.
And it's actually going to be happening this month. So
are you going to do it?
Yes, I'm totally going to do it. So yes, it's coming. But where was the question about the message? I'm going to pull a card for her anyway.
Okay, I'll do it too then. Is it Kimmy? Hi, Jeffrey and Tracy. Do any of my grandmothers, Alma, Althea, or Millie, have a message for me or my family?
There she is. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi, Kimmy. I'm going to pull a card from my new Heavenly Messages deck, and so we'll see what comes up. How about that? I'm going to pull one for every grandma. 1, 2, 3. So 3 cards.
Yeah. Before I pull a card, Kimmy, I want to ask you, well, A, if you're still here, But I keep being shown roses. I keep being shown roses. And even though I'm like telling spirit, no, not tonight, not tonight, I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I just at least don't talk about the roses. So the connection with the roses feels to me like there was a great significance with one of these grandmothers and the rose. And you know what? I feel somebody. I absolutely feel somebody with us here. And I want to talk about. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. I don't know which one it is. So I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, it's all right to take back your power. It's okay to take back your power. I feel like there's this situation that you're in at the moment where there's been a feeling or maybe a feeling of fear or a feeling of unsure, standing up for yourself, taking back your power. There's this sense that I just can't let go of, along with that rose. Kimmy, I hope you're still here, and I hope that means something to you.
That's the hard part.
Yeah. She dried rose from her funeral.
I'm here. Kept a dried rose from her funeral, though. Bless
Awesome.
you.
Awesome.
Yay.
So, Tracey, talk about the 3 cards from each grandmother, and I'll pull a card too.
Yeah, so I pulled 3 cards. I don't have their names anymore, but I'm going to read you the cards that I pulled as a message. The first card that I pulled from one of them, and I feel like this one kind of struggled either to show emotion or forgive. So she really struggled on her maybe emotional intelligence, right? So there was some struggles there with her. So what I got from her is I've learned the wisdom. I got the wisdom card. And I wish I knew then what I know now. I would have lived my life a little bit differently. So there goes a message from one of them. Okay. I know one is missed very deeply. So I know that one, well, it's probably the center of everybody's universe, the center of the family. So the void with her being gone has been felt so deep by so many people. And her message to everybody is that she's a soul now. And she is in many places at many times and is always with each and every one of you. So I just want you all to know that when you think of her, she's there, right? She wants to talk about the pictures. There's a ton of pictures. So family was really super important to her. And there's the tons of pictures and the memories. And that's what she wants to be remembered for. So make sure you let me know if you understand these for which grandma.
That makes sense coming for her. She was very stoic, but loving and strong.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And then I got one talks about materialism, and she's like, don't worry, earthly stuff doesn't matter to me anymore. It's not important. So I don't care where the ring went. It doesn't matter where the bed went, where the blankets went, who got what, where, when, and why. Don't worry about it. I'm where I need to be. And as long as everybody got what they wanted, I am fine with everything. So don't worry about where the house, if we had to sell it, whatever it is, they're saying it's all good. Up where I'm at, none of that even matters anymore. So I hope some of that makes sense, at least one for each of them. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And Kimmy, the card that I pulled was overcoming difficulties. So that falls in line with that initial message about reclaiming your power and standing in your truth and authenticity and yeah.
And I keep getting gold. I don't know why. So I don't know if one of them loved their gold or there's a gold frame or something, but I'm just getting a connection around gold. Oh my God. All of one's stuff was lost in a hurricane. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. I feel like people keep holding on to anger or guilt or being mad about it or what would she think? Let it all go. It doesn't matter anymore.
They're good. They're so good.
They're good. Yeah. Yay.
Thank you, Kimmy.
Thanks for letting us play with spirits. Yay.
It's in the music, Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi.
Okay. Do you see me publishing medical articles consistently enough to be able to replace my secondary nursing position altogether?
I'm going to say yes, only because one loved yellow. Thank you all so much. Oh, good. I'm going to say yes, only because earlier I kept getting nurse, medical, doctor, medical. So I think that was probably the energy swirling for you. I also got corporate America. So yes, I do believe that you are on the tip of even more things expanding. Make sure you say yes to opportunities. Don't be afraid. Don't sit in fear, right? I would start to live in a really gratitude driven mindset right now, because I think you'll call it all in, but I think it's going to happen. So just keep on going. It doesn't feel like to me it's happening like in the next 2 or 3 months. I feel like it's 6 to 8, or it's being pushed out further, but that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say too, Tracey. I was going to say end of the year. So we're at July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, December, January. Yeah. That's where it's pinging for me. You know, right around that time period as well.
Perfect.
And the card that I pulled for you, Diana, is crossing bridges. So yes, and along with this, the message is obviously it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. But with respect to the nature of your question, yes, that bridge going from where you are to, you know, publishing full time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the dragon for you. It's time to discover your courage. That means just kind of go for it, right? If you've got the inspiration, I'm telling you, flow.
You got the inspiration. Got the juju flowing.
You got the juju flowing. Flow. I think sounds right regarding the timing. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's
right now, good energy. So ride the ride, right?
Yeah.
Ride the ride.
All right, you guys, we're at an hour already. So fast.
Can I come again? Can we do it again?
Yeah, please come again.
Can I come again? I love it.
Tracey, Keith, so amazing reading. Oh, thank you. Thank you for spirit for okay, thank you. Yeah,
thank you guys. Thank you. Sorry we couldn't get to everybody.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. Hi, I just saw your name there too. Tracey, tell people where they can find you. Talk about your book, talk about your events, courses, classes, what you got coming up.
In 30 seconds or less, here we go. So I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then I have all under the Red Couch Medium. Tracey is love and joy. Oh, mwah. Thank you, Kevin. Website, www.theredcouchmedium.com. I wrote a book, You Can Be a Medium, How a Red Couch Led Me to Mediumship and Turned My Pain into Purpose. Really good book, even if you don't want to be a medium. It talks about healing and the journey and getting over it and how life changed. So it's really kind of inspirational. I also have a deck of cards out there. I just am about to release my new deck called From Heaven with Love Messages, right? That's about to come out and be released soon too. So yes, I have a class coming up in August. Everything's kind of right now that we're back to in-person. I'm really loving in-person again and the journey.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I have 3 workshops in person coming up. Feels just good to be back with people, right? But yeah, and I do have a podcast too. Sorry, am I allowed to promote that?
Absolutely. Tell about everything. Hey, when the tide rises, we all float.
Yes, we do.
So promote away, honey. Your podcast is amazing.
Yeah, so I do have a podcast as well called The Soul's Journey. It's on Bold Brave TV. We do broadcast to YouTube and Facebook Live, and then all other podcast platforms. That's every Friday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. And then I have another podcast every other Wednesday called Metaphysical Happy Hour. That's on my Facebook page as well. And that's every other Wednesday at
The Red Couch Medium.
The Red Couch Medium.
The Red Couch Medium.
Whew. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yours truly was on Bold Brave TV last week.
Man, and we're doing good.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
I'm gonna brag for a minute. I think our show is getting the most views out there right now. So we are doing really, really good. So yeah, we're doing really, really, really good.
That's awesome.
Happy and sharing. That just means people are finding value in what we're talking about. We're talking about trauma and healing and living life's purpose. So come hang out with us.
Absolutely. Yay. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much again for being here. We'll see you next week. Next week, we have Teresa Rose, the Firehouse Medium. So there's definitely going to be some mediumship.
Some Firehouse Medium.
So tell your friends, subscribe to Tracey.
Yes.
And again, thank you all so much for being here. I love you all to pieces.
All right. Love you. Till next time.
Till next time.
Till next time.